magic makers, and welcome back to the Metaphysical Apothecary. We are your hosts, Shannon and Megan.
Hi, everyone.
Also known as the Scorpio Sisters, here to explore the mysterious, the magical, and the arcane.
Since the dawn of our species, humans have had a connection to music. And it's one of those things that is so ubiquitous in modern life that it's not something we think about a whole lot in terms of just ordinary self-care, let alone as use in magic or magical self-care. But it is such a powerful source of healing, of raising power, raising energy. So we're going to talk about why music is so powerful, and then we're going to talk about different ways that we use music. Our primordial ancestors were drawn to music. There are lots of different theories as to why they started beating drums, using rattles, creating flutes and more complex musical instruments. Some say that it was all inspired by birds and animal sounds, which could absolutely be part of it. Storms and the vibration of the thunder and the rain pounding could also be part of it. There's also evidence to show that plants give off musical vibration. Plant waves, a speaker that has diodes on two ends of two wires that are connected to the speaker. And when those diodes are gently placed on a plant or a fungus, it creates a circuit that reads the electromagnetic movements inside the plant and is produced through the speaker as sound. And it makes me wonder if our ancestors, because the world was such a quieter place, knew that this was happening, understood it, and used it as inspiration for the arrangements and pieces that they created. Something else to wonder about is why we have music to begin with. What drives us to create this? Anyone who has lost their mind to really fast-paced, really deep bass music can understand just the primal urge to just fling your body into the void and let what will happen happen. I think we've all been there. But different sounds and vibrations, especially when they're arranged in a pleasing way, can work as medicine. They can ease pain and anxiety. Sound is now being experimented with at MIT to eradicate and irradiate cancer cells in a non-invasive way that doesn't affect the other tissues. It can knit bone back together. The theory that a cat's purr is at the right frequency to ease suffering and to heal bone and tissue. So if your cat purrs on top of you while you're sick, they're trying to help you. In terms of our daily lives, this is a resource that we literally have at our fingertips in modern day that we are using instinctively, but we can bring that into a more conscious, deliberate method of helping ourselves, both in terms of self-care, in terms of magical ritual, and in terms of magical self-care shadow work.
Music is highly personal, and so are sounds, and we have so much going on in our modern world that there's a lot of people with misophonia, myself included. So like certain sounds, certain noises, certain noise combinations actually cause the fight, flight, or freeze instinct to happen. More often for me, it's fight. I get super angry and then I have to find a way to bring myself down, and noise canceling headphones have helped enormously with this and have allowed me to go back to the silence, that retraction of my instincts back into, okay, I'm centered and now I can enjoy something that I choose to enjoy without having to listen to high heels happen to be clicking on concrete or cement or tiled floor. Gets me every time. And then I have to back off and freeze because it's not anyone else's fault that it triggered my misophonia. So there's really no reason to get angry. And then once I can get back into the silence where the only noise I'm really hearing is my own breathing, maybe some residual traffic noises or something, I can then put on some frequency music to help calm me down. Or I am really big on instrumental music. I don't always enjoy music with the human voice being prominent with lyrics because the lyrics will distract me.
Mm-hmm.
If the lyrics are shallow, I am so done with the song, no matter how good the beat is, no matter how beautiful the voice is, the compliments of the guitar, the drum, the keyboard or piano, whatever is behind them, I get distracted by the meaning of the words because you're putting words to the music. And that adds a layer of magic on top of it that's detracting from the overall magic that it could have been.
Right.
So I do focus a lot more when I'm listening to frequency music or instrumental music or music from foreign countries in their native languages that I don't understand. For instance, I have no problem listening to Romanian folk music.
Uh-huh.
Their voices are beautiful, and I can appreciate the voice for the instrument that it is without getting sidetracked by what they're saying because I don't know what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I was pretty angry this week, actually. Being able to just get lost in some music. We're recording during a time when retrogrades are happening and emotions are getting more intense and life is still up in chaos. And the only time I really appreciate music with lyrics to it is when I'm in the state. I just want to listen to AC/DC and Metallica and some 1980s, 1970s hard rock, heavy metal music just to jam out and get myself that outlet to be angry. And then I can recenter myself, go back to being copacetic with my environment.
Mm-hmm.
Music is magic, really. It allows you to find that place without leaving the room.
Yep.
Whatever that place is you need, music allows you to find it.
Yep. And that's the point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because all music really is specific vibration arranged in different ways. Sometimes music can harm our bodies. It can harm our physiology. They've done experiments with concerts where you can play certain chords and certain kinds of musical arrangements will actually hard boil eggs or cause so much aggression in an audience that the people will begin to riot. And they've done experiments on this. But if that's true, then the opposite is absolutely also true.
Yeah, Dr. Emoto froze water. He was looking at the crystalline water, and he had done a series of experiments between using positive words and negative words and different types of music. The more pleasing the music, the more soothing the music, the more beautiful or perfect the crystal was, and the more discordant or heavy the music was, the less perfect the crystal was.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what the positive music was, but I do remember that the negative music was actually heavy metal music. And the heavy metal music crystal was not perfect. It was an imperfect crystal. If it's doing that to water and our body composition is mostly water, what is happening to our bodies? It's a tool that we could use when you're angry, get into that angry place and then get out of that angry place and listen to something else, which is perfectly fine because I happen to love heavy metal music, obviously.
Right. It's just using it for the right reasons and giving your body a break every once in a while is probably a good idea. The other reason why it can be so cathartic is one of the things they tell you to do when you're feeling especially anxious, because anxiety is that primal instinct that you're being chased by tigers and you need to get away from them. But we're not being chased by tigers most of the time in the modern world. when we're really keyed up in anxiety, there's no end to it because there's no release of tension after you get away. So listening to something like heavy metal is going to help your body tense up and really dive deep into that process of tension. And then if you follow it up with something that's gentler, you then get that release that helps reset your internal vibrations and alleviate that anxiety that you've been feeling. So that's all we have on our topic for today. Thank you so much for listening in, and we hope you'll join us again soon. In the meantime, you can follow us for more witchy wisdom, both here and on our blog. And you can also check out our original art on Society 6 for sacred decor and more. Thanks again for joining us. Go make some magic and live your best life.
Bye.